Hello! So this is my second time recording this video because the first time was an absolute shambles. I haven't recorded in a while. It's another gameplay background video because one, I fucking look like this, and two, I in the past like month and a half, 2 months probably actually. In the past 2 months, I've done 2 drawings. So yeah, bearing in mind though, it's not because I've not wanted to draw. It's none of that. It's just I've been doing shit, you know. During the day I've been meditating, and then during the night I've been streaming with my friends. So this is the content you're getting, but it has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. So also, other disclaimer, if you hear Louis in the fucking background, I just got him home from a walk and he's in immediate crackhead energy. I don't know what is wrong with him. You'd think he'd be tired, but no, he's like fucking cracked up on something. What do you want? He's watching me. He's fucking creeping me out. So most people, their hate fire is usually fueled by Twitter or TikTok. Mine is by Facebook. Yes, I still use Facebook. Fuck you. Went on Facebook this afternoon and I saw this post. I will read it to you now. It says, I've been working since Louis, stop interrupting me, please. I've been working since I was 15. I really don't understand how people are 19 to 20 years old with no job. So, for reference, for context, the girl who posted this, or who shared it rather, she's had a job since she was about 15, 16, right? And this job that she's had is in like a nail salon that her mother owns. So she had the opportunity right there and then just handed to her, okay? Just to give you some context. Now, a little bit more context on my side of things. Tomorrow, as I am recording this, and as I am probably going to get this video up, will be my first day at my first job in a year. Holy shit, she got a job finally. Woo! Yeah, I finally got a job. So, yeah, I have had a fair amount of jobs, like a couple of jobs, and none of them ended very fucking well. When I was 16, 15, I really wanted to get a job, but no matter how hard I tried, could never fucking get one. And then as I got older, my health started to decline. My mental health specifically started to decline. And working just was not on the fucking table. If you've watched any of my videos, you'll probably know why. I've talked about it many times. It's just something that I've had to live with these past few years. Now, I am friends with and know many people who do not have jobs. My age, whether they be a little bit younger, a little bit older even, don't have jobs. Why? Because they're mentally unstable. And that is not me being mean, because I was in the exact same boat and technically still am, because I haven't started my first day yet. And listen, I can see it from other people's perspectives, right? Because people tend to feel like if you don't have a job, then you're making money off the government. And if you're making money off the government, you're living in the lap of luxury. You're taking the money off of the people who deserve it because they're the ones working hard and blah, blah, blah. You know, my mother, when she was 21, she was a mother of 2. Oh my God, Louis! I don't even know what I was saying now. Yeah. So when my mother was 21, she was, I'm sorry if you can hear Louis fucking screaming in the background. When my mother was 21, she was a mother of 2. She was married, she had a house, she had 3 jobs, that kind of thing, right? And so for her to see me at home every single day on my computer or drawing or sleeping or doing whatever I gotta do, it's gonna piss her off a little bit, because when she was my age, she didn't get to do that. Now there's like a couple of massive differences, I should say. First of all, I'm not a mother. Second of all, I don't have a husband. I don't even have a boyfriend. Third of all, there ain't no way that I can afford a fucking house. Like, no matter how good of a job I have, there's no way I can afford a house on my own at this point. But like, with the way everything is right now, no chance. So overall, I'm not being forced into these situations. I'm not forced to look after a child. I'm not forced to keep a roof over my head. Granted, I look after Louis. I pay towards the house to keep the roof over our heads. You know, I'm not just gonna sit here and do nothing. I'm helping out as much as I can. But because I don't have the same responsibilities as she did, it kind of grates her a little bit, which is understandable. But at the end of the day, times have changed, and I'm not the same person that she is. And that is something I think people need to understand. The grind and the workaholism, is that how you say it? I don't think that's something to preach, because it really fucks with you mentally, or it can at least, and it's not good. It's not good to waste your life away doing something you don't want to do, unless you actually really enjoy it and it fulfills you, then fine. But if it doesn't, then you know, life is short, man. Life is really short. And then that's always been my fear, is spending my life doing something I don't want to fucking do. Back to the post. A lot of us can't work. It's just as simple as that. People are disabled, people are unwell, people just simply can't find a fucking job no matter how hard they try. That is not the fault of us. Now, I know for a fact that if I continue to work throughout this last year, I wouldn't be in the place that I am right now, because I am finally in the place where I'm looking forward to going to work tomorrow. I'm looking forward to the opportunities that I could have. I'm not thinking about all the things that could go wrong like I used to. Before I would even go to my first day at these jobs, I would think of all the things that I could fuck up in work. Whereas now I'm starting work tomorrow thinking, I wonder if there's gonna be any cute staff members there. I'm wondering if the kids are gonna fucking bully me, like kids tend to, because they just love me so much that they pick on me. I don't understand it. It's just something that kids tend to do to me. I'm wondering what other opportunities can arise from this. I'm wondering, I'm thinking of all the good things that can come from this job. I'm not thinking about all the things I could screw up on, you know? And I'm excited. And I genuinely believe that if I hadn't taken this year off of work, I wouldn't be in this position right now. I believe in divine timing. I believe that you should not do something that you're not ready to do. You shouldn't do something that is going to make you miserable. And this job basically fell into my lap. Whenever people would ask me, they would be like, oh, there's this job going here, there's this job going here, blah, blah, blah. I would feel so much dread deep down in my fucking gut. Whereas when I heard about this one, I was immediately like, okay, tell me more. I've not dreaded it. I've had a little bit of anxiety over it, don't get me wrong, you're gonna feel that way. But I haven't dreaded it. And that to me shows me that I'm ready. I knew from the second that I found out about this job that I was ready to start. And I was ready to move forward and get better and continue with my life. And that's a big milestone for me, and that's a big deal for me. And I've decided I'm not gonna let anyone take that away from me. I do really believe that you should not do anything that you're not ready to do. When it comes to comfort zones, you should only expand it. You shouldn't step out of it. Expand it by taking baby steps. Don't force yourself out of it, because that's when things go wrong. In all the other jobs I had, my mental health and my physical health as well would go way downhill, because I was unhappy, I was anxious, I didn't want to be there, and I felt stuck. I felt like this is what my life is now, and this is what I'm gonna die doing. That wasn't a nice thought, especially not for an 18, 19-year-old. But I'm here now, sitting and thinking, oh my god, I'm excited, and I'm not gonna be stuck here. I'm going to get further and further, and I'm gonna get better and better as time goes on. And I'm willing for it to happen. I really do believe that you don't chase, you attract, right? All those times I was chasing these jobs, they were getting further away from me, and now I've gotten better, and I've given myself the time to heal. I've given myself the time to progress mentally, and I attracted a job. I've attracted good things. For example, right, when I was 17, I was thrown immediately into driving lessons, and I did not want to drive. I was not ready. I wasn't interested. I didn't want to know. It took me till I was 19 to finally pass. And bearing in mind, 2020, when I was 18, I didn't drive for almost a year because of COVID. But when I was 19, I finally was ready. I don't know what changed in me. I think I just wanted the extra independence. And I was finally ready to drive. And I almost immediately passed. Whereas it took me 2 years prior to that to actually get there. But I think if I had started my driving lessons when I was ready, I wouldn't have spent 2 years doing the lessons, spending all that money and all that time. In my last video, I talked about how there's nothing more disabling than other people. And I think that this kind of applies here too, because a lot of it comes from other people's opinions, You're lazy if you don't work, you're pathetic if you don't work, you're a cash grabber from the government if you don't work, you're scummy if you don't work, this, that, and the other, but they don't know our situations, they don't know our mindset. Obviously, there's going to be that few who just genuinely don't want to work, they have no reason to not work, they just don't want to. But the majority of people have very good reasons to not work. But because of the way other people treat those of us who are unemployed, we feel like our reasons aren't good enough. You know, I've even been considered unfit for work. When I had the interview with the woman who like was sorting it out for me or whatever the fuck, she said to me, I don't need to hear about your physical health because your mental health is bad enough for me to consider you unfit for work. And I was like, oh shit, that's bad. Like, but even then I was like, oh my god, you know, I'm faking it. I'm just being lazy. I'm pathetic, blah, blah, blah. But I've realized now that I am fit for work, or I feel like I'm fit for work, I've realized that, nah, man, I would not have coped. I would not have coped back then. You know, because I was unwell. And I still am. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm not unwell because, you know, illness doesn't just go away. Especially not mental illness. It doesn't just fucking go away, like. But I'm better. And I'm not making choices that make me feel worse. And I think that's what is most important. Because we will force ourselves into employment, into different situations. It doesn't even just have to be employment, it can be any situation. We'll force ourselves into it because what other people think. But at the end of the day, we're all different. We have all been dealt different cards in life. And, you know, I'm not going to be 21, having children, married with a mortgage. You know, that's just not what is in line for me. What's in line for me, I don't know yet, but I know there's going to be something good. It might take me till I'm 40 to get there, but who cares? At the end of the day, I will do what I want, what is right for me, when I am ready. And I think that's what everyone should do, because when you force yourself into things, you become miserable. Louis, I swear to God. So basically, I wanted to make this video just so if you feel you see these kind of things and you hear people talking about, oh, you should be working hard 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, blah, blah, blah. Don't fucking listen to them. Because if you're not ready for something and you push yourself into it, it's not going to end up being good. It's not going to end up giving you the results you want. Because it's not for you. The situation might be for you, but the timing isn't right. And you can't force that. I've realized now that there was no point in forcing myself to get into jobs and stuff like that because I simply just wasn't well enough. And now that I've taken the time to heal, I've taken the time to get better, I'm well enough to do it. So again, don't let people's ignorance make you feel a certain way about yourself because you may feel like you're lazy, but you're not. You know, life is difficult. Life gives you a lot of shit that you don't need. But the fact that you're getting through it, the fact that you're still waking up, that's energy being spent. So you're not fucked. The people that are pathetic are the people that are pushing their beliefs onto you and making you feel like you're not good enough if you don't follow in suit. So if you're in a situation where you can't get a job or whatever the case may be because you're unwell or because just life in general, be kind to yourself. Just be kind to yourself because you deserve it and you will get there at some point. It may take a week, it may take a month, it may take a year, it may take more. Who cares? Either way, every day you are progressing. Every day you are growing. Every day you are getting closer to that result that you are hoping for. Do everything in your own time. Do what's right for you. If it's not right for you, you're gonna know. You're gonna know deep down. Listen to yourself, because you're the only person who can tell you what's right and wrong. I think that take was a lot better than the last one, considering the last one was half an hour long. I hope this video gave you like a little bit of maybe a confidence boost or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I mean it. Look after yourself. Do what's right for you. Don't fucking listen to anyone else.